I know I wrote a book, right? It's called Buy a Game and it's free. Click the link down there, you got it.
DreAllDay.com.
Where am I going? I'm going to the top, man, is where I'm going. Everybody, earlier today on my Snapchat, my name is Dre Baldwin. Those who don't know me, many know me as Dre All Day, athlete, entrepreneur, professional speaker, coach, consultant, author, content marketer. Earlier today on my Snapchat, which is at Dre Baldwin, I shot a picture or a video of this dude where I was driving. He was laying in the grass at like a CVS. He was homeless. He didn't have nowhere to go, nowhere to lay his head. And one of the things that I talked about on that snap, I did like a stream of snaps talking about that, is that we don't know how that guy got there. All y'all see homeless people probably every day. When you get off the highway, they might be in your neighborhood. They might be next to the door when you go into your place of business or your school. We don't know how those people got there. We don't know their backstory, what caused them to be in that situation. But one thing that we do know is that all of us, everybody who's watching this right now, most of you probably ain't homeless because you got a smartphone, which costs, you got a phone that costs probably near $1,000. You probably got another couple $20-some worth of apps in there. And then you got your bank accounts and your PayPal, everything connected to your phone. All of us got the things that a lot of those homeless people don't got. But what I find is I look through the people that come to me, the people that I see every day, the people I interact with, the people that I talk to. A lot of people, even though, let's just say, for example, me personally, I didn't ask to be born. I didn't plan my situation. I was born to parents who had food, clothing, shelter for me. And most of you probably had the exact same situation. Your parents had it for you. You didn't do nothing for it. You didn't work for it. You didn't plan for it. You didn't strategize for it. You didn't have any special talent for it. You were born into that situation. We know that there are people out there that aren't born into such prosperous or lucky situations, because you had to say it's lucky because you didn't have anything to do with it happening the way that it did. But what I find is there's a lot of people who go through their entire lives disrespecting that luck. They disrespect the luck that they had to be born into a family where you have food, clothing, shelter, where you got an internet connection, where you got a phone, where you got food to eat, where you got a roof over your head, you got some place to be cool when it's hot outside, you got a place to be warm when it's cold outside. And I was looking at that homeless guy, I thought to myself, if he had the opportunity that most of us have, what would he waste? What would he take for granted? What would he be lazy about? What would he say I'll do next week? What would he say I'll do it tomorrow? What would he say, I just don't feel like doing that shit? How many of you ever just didn't do something because you just didn't feel like it? You knew you needed to do it. You knew you could do it, but you just didn't do it because you just didn't feel like it. Why? Because you're taking for granted the fact that you have the opportunity to do it later. You're taking it for granted that you got all these things that you have, even though a lot of the situations that most of us are born into, actually every situation we're born into, we didn't have nothing to do with it. We didn't plan it. We didn't make it happen. We didn't work hard for it. We didn't do nothing. We didn't earn that situation. We was born into that situation. And a lot of people take those situations for granted. But if you are homeless, person and then you were given an opportunity, you wouldn't take it for granted. If you were a homeless person and somebody gave you some food to eat, you're going to eat every single drop on that plate. If you were homeless and somebody gave you some water to drink, you're going to drink the whole glass. If you were homeless and somebody gave you a shot glass of opportunity, you go get the whole ocean. That's what Fat Joe said about DJ Khaled. He said, I gave Khaled a shot glass worth of opportunity. He went and got the whole ocean with that one shot glass worth of opportunity. How many of you have been given, have right now in your life, and in the palm of your hand, you are holding an ocean's worth of opportunity and you're only drinking a shot glass? How many of you are wasting the opportunity that you got because you take it for granted that you got all the things that you got? You don't even think about how many people out there would trade everything they've ever had in their lives to have 1% of the opportunity most of us got. You think about it, in the United States, the standard of living that we live in the United States, those of you checking in from the United States, I know that's many of you. You know that 90% of the world does not live the way that we live, right? Y'all know that 90% of the world doesn't have the luxuries we have. That when you lift up the faucet, that clean water that's safe for drinking comes out. Y'all know that 90% of the world does not have that luxury. Y'all know 90% of the world can't just get on the phone and connect with people over the internet, watching live videos, posting pictures, tweeting, talking about which rapper this, the other rapper. Y'all know that 90% of the stuff that we do, most of the world cannot do these things. They don't have these luxuries, but we walk around as if it's owed to us. Like it's just going to be there tomorrow. That homeless guy, he knows. He knows what it feels like for it not to be there tomorrow. He knows what it feels like to not have an opportunity. He knows what it feels like to not have anything to call his own. That's why he was sleeping in the grass in the middle of the day. How many of you are wasting your opportunity right now? How many of you are not taking advantage of your opportunity? How many of you have taken things for granted as if it's going to be there tomorrow, even though you have no idea it's going to be there tomorrow? You're not sure it's going to be there tomorrow. How many of you know somebody who died at the age that you're at or younger? How many of you know somebody who thought they was going to have all the time in the world to get it done, and then something happened and all of a sudden they couldn't never get it done no more? How many of you know somebody who falls into that category? And so why are any of you acting like it can't happen to you? I mean, you were born into a situation that you didn't create. What makes you think that fate can't strike you and you end up in a situation that you also didn't create that's not what you want? How do you know? How do you know a drunk driver might hit you? How do you know a drunk driver might not hit you? How do you know that when you in your car, somebody might rear end you or front end you or broadside you? How do you know when you in your bike, a driver might be on their phone texting and hit you? How do you know that's not going to happen? You don't know. Well, why are you taking it for granted that you got life? Why are you taking it for granted the opportunity to go do good in school, the opportunity to do your best at your job, the opportunity to start that business you've been talking about, the opportunity to make those phone calls you've been thinking about making, saying what's up, saying, hey, I was just thinking about you, to that person you've been thinking about all week that you never called? Why are you acting like the opportunity will always be there? It will not always be there. Everybody's time runs out at some point. Thing is, everybody thinks their time's going to run out when they like 85 and they like somebody's grandparent. Listen, everybody don't make it that far. Tony Soprano, James Gandolfini, he died when he was 50. 2 days ago was the passing of Notorious B.I.G. He was 24. Tupac was what, 24? I think he was also 24, 25 when he died. Why do you think that it can't happen to you? You gonna live till you 100? Okay, then that means you should get 100 years worth of stuff done. What are you taking for granted right now? See, if you think you're gonna live to 100, then you might take it for granted that you're 25. You got 75 years to do something. Pac was 26, okay, 26, 24. Think about that. How many people you know died at that age, earlier than that age? How many of you is older than that age acting like you got time? Listen, they thought they had time. Where they at now? We doing memorials about people that thought they had the rest of their lives to get things done. You ain't got forever. Teach you to be an entrepreneur. I'm going to teach you how to be an entrepreneur. First of all, identify a need. Second of all, come up with a product or service that fills that need. Third of all, let people know you got it. Now you're an entrepreneur. You do those 3 steps, you're an entrepreneur. Done. My name's Dre Baldwin, for those who don't know me. I write books. If you look at the links in my bio here on Periscope, if you're interested in some coaching from me, I coach on several different areas of life. Click the link in my bio. There's another link in my bio to Amazon where you can check out all my books. I got 7 of them out right now on Amazon. My Twitter's Dre All Day. My Snapchat is at Dre Baldwin. My Instagram is Dre Baldwin. Any business inquiries, send me an email, dre@drealldday.com. If you want to work with me, go to the link, dreallday.com/biz, B-I-Z, dreallday.com/biz. And I'm going to stop talking so y'all can get off the phone, get off Periscope, get off social media, and go do something. So y'all can go do something. Stop acting like you got it forever. Stop acting like it's going to be there tomorrow. Stop acting like it's owed to you. Ain't nothing owed to you. Life is not owed to you. Nothing is owed to you. Put yourself in the frame of mind of that homeless guy. If he had an opportunity, what would he be lazy with? What would he pass up? What would he let go? What would he take for granted? Absolutely nothing. Put yourself in that frame of mind. Work like you ain't owed it. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com. Sure, you get my first book, Buy a Game. It is free. Click the link right here below in the video description. I'm on all your favorite social media platforms, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Periscope. All the links are right down here below. Is either Dre Baldwin or Dre All Day on each one of those sites. And make sure you are subscribed. Hit that subscribe button down there and the thumbs up like button. Subscribe so you catch all the new content. I work on your game. Dre All Day.